Okay, do you see me? Okay. I know. I understand. I understand. I was being sarcastic. I'm sorry. I started. I think I'm in okay, and I think it's running okay. I just wanted to make sure I had enough time that in case I ran into problems, but I think there's pretty good centered. I've been on for about 1 minute. It says end stream, so I'm taking I am streaming. I got it centered onto the commissioners. I just hate to wait till the last second. Okay? Okay, thank you, sir. You're welcome. Bye.
Hey, Freddie. Hi. What's up, honey? Oh. How you doing?
Did you turn that up or down?
I left it at 72.
Okay, good, because last time we were freezing it.
Was you?
Yeah.
Well, that's no good, huh? I have it at 72. I think.
Oh, that should be good. Thank you.
I gotta put these chairs apart in case nobody comes in anyway, though. Huh?
No. Richard usually comes in,
Oh,
but I
Chris.
don't think he's here because he left the report, so,
Who, Richard?
yeah.
This must be from last week, though. The treasures.
It says 4-1 through 4-6, so that was yesterday, so I'm not sure.
The treasures. Oh, these are new.
Yeah, I just laid Loretta's there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I was just trying to be extra careful. All right. The only thing, see, he said, well, you're gonna wait till 40 minutes. He said, like, starting about 5 minutes. Trying to be extra careful.
It's up. Oh, good, thank you for warning.
What would you
Sorry,
say?
okay.
Well, that's sometimes a problem for me.
Working a little. Oh, yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Gotta get the light on.
How are you guys doing today? Doing all right.
We gotta get.
Frank,
Frankie Corona.
we got a camera on.
I know,
I'm just letting you know.
I heard it, I know it. I'm not always bad.
Well, we just can't do that, I mean.
I'd love to be warned though.
Well, yeah, I warn everybody that walks in.
That's a cool haircut though.
Thank you. I whipped out the clippers today. I said, screw it, we're gonna DIY it.
The number I gave you, that's where
That's where you go?
I went there Saturday. Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh, you love her, she loves me.
I believe
I'm gonna
it.
talk her later. That's Mary Kelly's niece.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
No kidding.
She's right next to Hazel's down there.
Oh, no kidding, that's her place.
Yeah.
I didn't know Mary Kelly had a niece.
Yeah,
She said that,
you're probably fine. I'm
you put her out of
Joe will be
business.
calling. Yeah, don't be turning it off.
Oh, we put everything out there.
Hell, she left. That's not right now, they're close.
Oh, that's not good.
This was sitting there and they don't have one up there, so I'm assuming he dropped these off.
So we got about 4 minutes up.
Yeah, we're gonna,
I forgot
open 'em
my
up
pen over there.
after this, I'm in my
Here's
office,
one here.
just 'cause we don't have to go through.
Yeah.
And then I don't.
Nobody's gonna come there.
Well, I hope he don't.
Well, you wanna come up after?
Yeah, I hope he don't.
You
You got it.
Well, we're gonna check public comment. You do public comment over
I know, I
there.
told Eric, I said, you're
Public
gonna.
comment.
I kind of.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if you don't have money in the stock market right now, you gotta get it. Stock market's going crazy.
I should buy now, huh?
Oh, right now.
I know.
I'm having
Here,
fun.
Frank.
1 minute.
I agree, yes.
This is
The boss-
Under other circumstances, it would be different.
He warned me about the,
Hmm,
uh-huh.
hmm.
camera.
Oh, that was good. What are you trying to say? Let me see. What's that? Oh, I see.
No, the cats,
Oh.
the outside cats killed too.
Oh,
No, we saved two, and
Oh.
one died yesterday, but this one's doing pretty
Yeah,
good.
The cat killed him.
Yeah, it was in.
The
Oh,
cat, I killed a cat thing.
oh, cute.
Look, this thing
right.
absolutely pops.
Turn that heat off, Joe.
You want the heat off?
Oh,
See, you're just like me. She's like, turn the heat, till when Joe comes in,
Hey,
I
you want
have to
your jacket?
turn the heat on. I said, dear God, I'm dying.
mm.
Thank God I have one counterpart.
Dear God, it's just so you put my makeup on the screen.
You
Across
said-
my forehead.
Aw.
It went straight up. I don't even know what it looks like. It's like, seriously.
Oh.
I have to get rid of my apple here.
No, we'll take what we can get. Well, here's the other thing,
Loretta.
is that means we're gonna have more spread out.
Yes.
Which I'm okay.
This was sitting here and they're setting up this.
Mm.
I don't think
So
it's
he's not-
here. I'm
okay.
assuming, because this ended yesterday, the sixth.
Tough payroll.
Yeah, we'll probably have to just announce something.
I don't talk to her. Well,
That's
it's-
it. But people, oh, it does do the sad thing.
Here you, sir.
We got any viewers?
I know.
What we got here? Oh, we got 3 people watching.
Can you step outside with me and Chris for just 1 second? I know we got time, just take a second.
I think I'm pretty offended.
I guess we're tough liver.
Right. Oh. That wasn't good.
Oh, you okay? Did you-
Well, no, I don't know if I caught
A little run on the carpet or something?
it might have been. Okay. Okay.
Remember to put my phone on
Oh.
silent.
And all those notifications, put them on silent too.
Yeah. All my texts.
Yes. Goodness gracious. Oh, you're making, are they all on? No, yours is on.
Yours on?
Mm-mm. I keep that off.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Till it's, yeah, till I have
Thank
to
you for
go.
letting me know.
Because I mumble.
I almost forgot about, that was one thing I forgot to tell you.
Well, that's-
When you came in. And I figured since she spoke with her.
Yeah.
I want to hear it. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah,
Oh,
appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
Time is it? It is 10. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Ready.
All right. We will call this meeting of the Lawrence County Commissioners to order. Would all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a brief moment of silence. Vanessa, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody please remain standing for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Spielvogel,
Here.
Commissioner Vogler,
Here.
Commissioner Boyd.
Here. Thank you. First up, explanation of procedures to audience. We have no audience, so we'll forego the explanation of procedures. The only thing I will note is for anyone that's submitting comments for public comment, you can submit them to mboyd@co.lawrence.pa.us. That's mboyd@co.lawrence.pa.us. I'll check right before the public comment section on my phone, both at the beginning and the end of the meeting. Outside of that, we will read your comments, assuming there's no vulgarity, or they don't go over, a 5-minute read time, and enter them into the record. And obviously, we will record ourselves entering them into the record. But we have no row officers here with us today. So we have, moving on to public comment.
We do. Do we want to read his report now? Richard's report. Just update us. Okay.
We received our treasurer's not here today, at least not in this room, he's upstairs. But we received our March 2020 tax collection statement. From March 1st to March 31st, Lawrence County collected $3,718,047.18 in the month of March. That makes our year-to-date tax collections at $5,125,982.44. The tax outreach program has been suspended for 2020, and so there's no revenues coming in from that program. And the number of parcels paid through March 31st of 2020 is 9,951 out of 51,689 parcels total in the county. Now we go to public comment. Public email. Access. Wi-Fi is always a little spotty down here. And we have nothing as of right now, but again, we will check again at the end of the meeting, just in case someone has something while we're live. This is going to be a pretty short meeting. There's really not a whole lot on the agenda today. We have fiscal and contractual, no advertising for bids and proposals, no receipt of bids and proposals, no fiscal reports, no reports on quotes, just the warrant registers from March 31st, 2020 and April 4th, 2020. I will give my colleagues a minute to look over those and then take a motion to accept the warrant register. And we'll take them both together when you're ready.
I will move for acceptance of both warrant registers as submitted.
And I will second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Up next, we have approval of the Tuesday, March 31st meeting minutes. And again, I will give my colleagues a minute to look over those, and then take a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll move for their approval.
I will second.
All right, hearing a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Questions on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Minutes are approved. Next, we have presentation of written communications. We have one written communication from the Westminster College Men's Baseball Field Project. Let's see here if I can, there's any summary. I'll just read it. Westminster College wishes to add a collegiate men's baseball field to their campus in New Wilmington. The site is located east of Westminster Drive and north of Maple Street Extension. An improved site entrance is planned off the existing roundabout. A second entrance is planned northward off of Westminster Drive. Parking is also planned just west of the new baseball field. Bus traffic is anticipated and should be accommodated in the parking lot design. Civil and Environmental Consultants Incorporated is working with Paschik MTR in order to complete this project endeavor for Westminster College. Pursuant to Act 14, we are informing Lawrence County of the following permits which will be submitted for the subject project: a NPDES erosion and sedimentation control plan, and a general permit to discharge stormwater from construction activities. These are just general permits that if there's any large amount of construction happening, the state requires that contractors or anyone operating or constructing large facilities acquire these permits. They are required to notify the county of their filing submitting for these permits. At the same time, we really don't have any involvement with the project past that. It just serves to notify our planning department, and I believe to some degree our conservation district, that construction is proceeding with any given project. So I will take a motion to accept and file our correspondence.
So moved.
Second. Hearing a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, questions on the motion, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. We have no proclamations and certificates for the day. Majority of our staff is working from home, and so there are no staff reports. On to commissioner reports and comments, and today it looks like we're starting with Commissioner Spielvogel.
Okay, thank you. Just very briefly, thank you to everyone that is social distancing and doing their part to stop the spread of the virus. I don't know what we'll find today from the Department of Health, if our numbers increase, if they've stabilized, but that remains to be seen. Again, contact 211 if you're experiencing difficulties of any type, of any nature. They have the ability to point you in the right direction to have that issue taken care of or addressed where it needs to be. Thank you to the taxpayers that continue to submit their taxes. We appreciate that. We are continuing to keep the government running, and hopefully a light at the end of the tunnel. We could get back to whatever the new normal is going to be. Yes, so thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Vogler.
I have no comments, thank you.
Okay, the only thing I'd like to say is, one of the things that helps put our position right now with COVID-19 in perspective is when you start going out and talking to other counties and other individuals around the region. And when you look at some of the challenges that other counties are facing, some of the growth related to the virus that other counties are seeing, we're doing all right. Right now, to date, I believe we have 24 cases in Lawrence County. We have 2 deaths. Other counties are facing, much higher numbers, even when adjusted for population percentage. There are some counties that still have nursing facilities, where, those nursing facilities are at a high risk of a virus getting into those facilities. To date, no nursing facility in Lawrence County has actually seen any evidence of COVID-19 infiltrated systems. Some counties right now have just begun the process of laying off numerous employees, upwards of 500 employees, depending on the county you talk to. We already had put that in place, weeks ago. Lawrence County Courthouse right now, in terms of courthouses around the region, I would argue is on the strictest preventative measures of any courthouse outside of Southeast Pennsylvania. You don't realize that, you don't recognize that, I think, until you reach out and you talk to some people, talk to other commissioners, talk to other officials around the state. But ultimately, we're not in a great position, but relative to individuals in other parts of the state, we're doing all right. And we're praying that it continues that way. We're praying that we continue to see the slow growth of COVID-19 here. We're not seeing exponential growth, which I think is encouraging. But ultimately, the worst, it sounds like, is going to be this week. If you listen to the Department of Health, if you listen to CDC, if you listen to, any federal briefing, any statewide briefing. But the night is darkest before the day. I think you're starting to see evidence that we're coming. This virus is starting to come to a close, and hopefully, with luck, with continued social distancing, with continued following of CDC, Department of Health guidelines, we'll be able to put this behind us, and the governor and the president will hopefully reopen the country here within the next couple of weeks. Up next, we only have one new business item on the agenda today, and this is a resolution changing an element in our employee handbook as it relates to vacation, personal, and sick days. The only thing this amendment does is it changes the allotted increments in which sick, vacation, and personal days can be taken, so that our non-union personnel and the policies they have to abide by are in alignment with our non-union personnel, specifically our court union, Laborers 964. So are there any questions regarding that? No. All right, in that case, I will take a motion to amend the agenda to allow for voting on resolution 2020 Vanessa?
070.
070.
Move to amend the agenda.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Questions on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, we'll move through this pretty expediently. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Lawrence County Board of Commissioners, this is Resolution 2020-070, that personnel policy of the county shall be amended in the following manner. In section 401, paragraph 2, last sentence shall be changed to state vacation can be taken in 2-hour increments. In section 401, paragraph 4, the last sentence shall be changed to state personal days may be taken in 2-hour increments. And section 403, paragraph 2, last sentence shall be changed to state sick days may be taken in 1-hour increments. Both sections 401 and 403 shall be concluded with the following statement. If you are covered by a CBA, which are our union contracts, please refer to that contract. So this policy will apply specifically to non-union county employees. And again, that's to line up our policy with the policy as negotiated by Laborers 964. With that being said, I will take a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Yeah.
All right, hearing a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Sorry.
You gotta look it over.
No, I did. It was a brain cramp. I apologize for that.
For a second, I was like, oh, good, I'm gonna get passed.
No, my mind wandered in a different direction. I apologize. Okay, no discussion.
All right, we have no discussion.
Oh
my gosh.
Questions on the motion? Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Spielvogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. That pretty much concludes the commissioners' meeting for today. The next regular scheduled commissioners' meeting will be 10 a.m. on Tuesday, April 14th, 2020 in this room. Again, assuming these conditions continue, which I believe they will be. We will also be live streaming that meeting. I'll also note that on Good Friday, as per Commissioner Vogler sliding me a note to remind me, on Good Friday, which is this Friday, the courthouse will be closed completely, as our employees have the day off to celebrate Easter with their immediate families.
Correct.
That being said, check in, see if any public comment. Bear with me. The only thing I have, and this isn't for the minutes, this is just our IT director checking in, from Rick DeBello. You guys look good on TV.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
Rick.
Rick.
Hope you're staying
It's
safe.
those filters. He must be using those high-tech filters.
You have to. For the 4 people up here, you have to.
Okay.
All right, in that case, again, any public comments in the future, just submit to mboyd@co.lawrence.pa.us, and I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Hearing a motion and a second, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign, motion carries. Lawrence County Board of Commissioners is adjourned. How are you?
Okay. Oh, that was too funny. I just.
I didn't know what was going on for a
No,
second.
it was crazy.
Awkward silence.
I'm like, I'm telling you, my mind